In the United States of America lies a large industrial city, a site of one of the world's largest slave labor camps. Near the center are community settlements where slaves live. Each morning, people move herd-like from these quarters into the industrial camp. Each one is in his or her station by 7:30 a.m. Here, they report to their masters for their day's duties. Then they remain chained until 5 p.m. when they are released. They have no choice on how many hours they must labor. Sometimes they are required to work overtime until their master tells them when they may leave. Each year, they are told when to take their vacation, for how long, and when they must return. They have little choice as to how much money they earn. They are allowed very little time for lunch and coffee breaks during these labor hours. They remain in their chains with great fear because the masters can punish them with a layoff whip. It is said that even some slaves that are good and faithful have felt the sting of the whip. Day by day, year by year, they toil until the master decides that it is time for them to stop working. He then releases them to the retirement camps where they are forced to sit idle and wait for death. It's a well-known fact that the old slaves that try to work are sometimes whipped with the stop your pension whip. I know these slave camps really exist, for I am a free man who lives among the slaves. I am in business for myself. I am truly free. I rise in the morning called for by my schedule. I decide my own hours. I can even sleep in late while the slaves are at work. I can vacation when, where, and for how long I please. I am free to take my coffee and lunch break when I decide. And of course, I decide my own paycheck because I am not a slave. I can choose to work when and where I please, and with whom I please. I am free to stay in the city for as long as I want, or to move on to greener pastures if I decide to. I have seen many slaves sadly pack their belongings to leave the city in search of a new master. There is a ray of hope for the slave, though. He or she can buy his or her own freedom. The cost is not high, yet it seems high to those who do not have the courage to pay the price. What is the price? One must be willing to be one's own master. The author to this great piece is unknown.